After years of heartbreak, the boy rarely spoke. His silence had become part of the house, an echo between walls, a presence that lingered longer than any sound. We thought time would loosen his tongue, but instead, it chained him deeper into himself. Until that night. The television glowed in the dark, a news anchor's voice droning over another disappearance, another face plastered across the screen. A man, a year gone, presumed dead. And then, his small finger lifted. He pointed, at the man. One word broke the silence. Papa. My body stiffened. At first I thought he was confused, a child searching for familiarity in a stranger's face. But then I saw his eyes. They were not confused. They were certain. Certain in a way no 5-year-old should ever be. I leaned down, tried to steady my voice. What do you mean? He turned to me, but his gaze shifted, afraid, landing on her, my wife. His lips trembled, and then he whispered the words that fractured the air. Mom knows him. I looked at her. She was pale, frozen. Her phone buzzed on the table beside her, screen lighting up with an unknown number. And in that moment, I knew something had just shifted beneath my entire life. She didn't deny it, not then. She didn't say a word. She simply stared at the boy as though he had betrayed her, as though his voice had cost her everything. That silence, it was louder than any confession. I carried him to his room, tucked him in, pretended nothing had happened. Pretended I wasn't already replaying every memory, every hesitation, every late-night message she once dismissed as work. When I returned, she sat motionless on the couch, her hands clenched tight, her chest barely rising. I asked her once, calm, controlled, "Do you know him?" Her lips parted, but no sound followed. Just fear. And that was enough. I didn't push. I didn't shout. I let the silence fill the room, choking both of us. Because silence, I knew, would break her faster than rage. Inside, though, my mind burned, a loop of questions tearing at me. Who was he? Why had she hidden him? Why had my son, our son, called him Papa? Something ugly lived beneath the surface. I could feel it, and I would find it. Quietly, patiently. The days that followed became a study in control. She moved through the house like a ghost, careful, watching me for signs of collapse. But I gave her none. I smiled when required. I kissed her cheek when the boy was near. I played my role with precision. Meanwhile, I investigated. First, the adoption records. Clean, but too clean. Paperwork processed unusually fast. A favor pulled somewhere. Second, her phone. She had become meticulous, erasing calls, clearing messages. But she slipped. A single email remained in the trash folder, half deleted. A name, a date, a hotel. The name matched the man on the news. Third, the boy himself. I tested him gently. Photographs online, random faces. He pointed at none. Until I showed him the missing man again. His eyes lit, then dimmed, as though he regretted knowing. I asked nothing further. Children tell truths, adults bury. DNA was my final step. A strand of hair from my wife's brush, a toothbrush from the boy's bathroom. Sample sent quietly, no discussion. Every day I waited was a storm beneath my skin, but I didn't show it. I had learned long ago, betrayal isn't confronted in anger, it's dissected in silence. The results arrived in a plain envelope. No ceremony, no warning. I opened it alone, under the dim kitchen light. The boy was hers, flesh of her flesh, blood of her blood, but not mine. The missing man, he was the father. I stared at the paper until the words blurred. The world didn't collapse, it calcified. Every tender memory turned to stone. Later that night, I placed the envelope on the dining table. She noticed it the moment she walked in. Her face drained of color. I didn't speak. She opened it, hands trembling, eyes scanning, breath breaking. Finally, she looked up at me, desperate. No. My voice was steady, flat. There was nothing to explain. Her tears began then, but I felt nothing. Only the sharp, clean satisfaction of truth. I waited until morning, until the boy was awake, his small voice humming in the other room. I set the television to the news channel. The same segment played again, the missing man's face haunting the screen. I called the boy over. "Do you know him?" I asked softly. He hesitated, then nodded. "Papa." The word cut the air. And then his eyes turned to her. Her hands flew to her mouth, tears streaming. "Please, don't!" But I remained silent. I didn't need to condemn her. Her son had done it for me. I turned to her, my voice as calm as a judge's verdict. "You lied to both of us. Now he knows the truth." Her body shook, crumbling under the weight of exposure. She reached for me, but I stepped back. In that moment, the power shifted. She was the one begging, unraveling, and I, the one she thought broken, was unshaken. I packed that night. Only essentials. Documents, clothes, the boy's drawings I refused to leave behind. She begged, screamed, pleaded for forgiveness, but I had already detached. Forgiveness is for mistakes. This was not a mistake. This was a life built on rot. As I walked out, the boy clung to me. I carried him past her collapsed figure, her sobs clawing at the walls. I didn't look back. At the door, I paused. "You destroyed us," I said quietly, "but you destroyed yourself more." And then I left. The night air was cold, clean, merciless, just like me.